Can you tell us about the graphics on the old Coors cans, the 7-ounce cans and the 12-ounce cans? I think you were state of the art when it came to technology, to putting lithography on cans. How did you come up with the idea of rolling presses to do that?
Well, we started with, we call them decorating machines for the impact extrusion business, toothpaste tubes and so forth. And this was a machine with 4 color stations, impact like that, move. And of course, if you got 60 cans a minute out of there, you shook the machine apart. It wasn't very practical. We knew that we had to have a continuous printer, and no one knew how to make one. One of the great heroes of this development was a local mechanic here in Golden by the name of Reuben Hartmeister. Reuben was one of our developmental engineers when we were putting the line together. And he worked out that very, very intricate linkage that enables the printer, we call them, to operate. God, we're up at, I think, 2,000 cans a minute now. It just continuously, on and off, on and off. And if you don't get a can on there, it doesn't print. That was the big problem. So you put them on a sort of a plug called a mandrel. And you don't want to print that mandrel because then you got a real mess on your hand. But it was Reuben Hartmeister that did that.
And the line speeds, you say, were 60 cans per minute when you started? And then by the time you were in the 12-ounce can, it must have been considerably higher.
We're up to 2,000 cans a minute, yeah.
On one line.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Great. And the interior coating, you had to protect the beer from the aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
How did you develop that?
Well, it's just, you had to do the same thing in the tin can. The American Can Company developed the tin can for carbonated beverage. They called it keg-lined. Mm-hmm. And there are enamels, mostly epoxies. There are coatings that you can put on there that are inert to beer. And it's just a matter of can there and you just spray it like that.
And when you put the interior coating on as well as the lithography, how did you decide how long to put it in the bake oven? Was that
whatever it takes to remove the solvent, and in some cases actually complete the I'm trying to think. Well, the coating needs to be baked to set it, put it that way. And of course, you work with the coating companies.
Sure.
And the ink people. But the can, of course, has to go into a bake oven for the internal thing and for the outside, to set the outside ink.
And you were one of the first companies to use ultraviolet coatings.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, ultraviolet has can do things to epoxies. Sets up the epoxy. Mm-hmm. Most of your dental fillings now are epoxy. And the dentist will put this little ultraviolet in your mouth and give it 5 seconds or 10 seconds. It sets up the epoxy, links up the chemicals.